Good morning students. Today we will study about our chapter number 2, human system. In our previous videos we have studied about the human digestive system, human respiratory system and human circulatory system. In that human circulatory system we have studied about the blood and about the heart. Now the blood vessels. The tube-like structures found in our body which is responsible for the transferring of the blood to the whole parts of the body are known as blood vessels. These blood vessels are of three types: arteries, veins and capillaries. Those blood vessels which carry the pure blood, means oxygen rich blood, to the various parts of the body are known as arteries, whereas those blood vessels which carries the impure blood from the various parts of the body to the heart are known as veins. But there are exceptions. The pulmonary artery is the only artery which carry the impure blood from heart to the lungs, whereas pulmonary vein is the only vein which carries pure blood from lungs to the heart. So there are two exceptions are there. Next, the capillaries. As the arteries get inside the organs, when it enters into the organs, it breaks down into many fine branches, and these branches have a very fine blood vessels known as capillaries, and in these capillaries the exchange of gases and exchange of materials takes place in the organs. So these are the three types of blood vessels. There is more difference between the arteries and veins is that the arteries always carry the pure blood, whereas veins always carry the impure blood. Exception: pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins. Next, after that, arteries has thick wall, whereas veins does not have thick wall. As the arteries have high pressure blood inside them, so due to the high pressure it should not be burst, and so for the prevention of that the wall of the arteries is thick in nature, whereas veins wall is thin in nature. The walls are present in veins whereas not present in arteries, since in the veins it prevents the backflow of the blood and so prevent the mixing of blood, means the pure blood should not mix with the impure blood. For prevention of this intermixing of the blood, the valves are present in the veins and it is absent in the arteries. So that are the main difference between the arteries and veins. Now the excretion. The excretion is the process of removal of the wastage from the body is known as excretion. Generally, excretion is done with the help of our excretory system. In humans, the human excretory system present which responsible for the excretion of liquid nitrogenous waste in the form of urine. Now, on the basis of the excretion, there are three types of organisms are present. First of all, ammonotelic. Organisms which removes the waste in the form of ammonia are known as ammonotelic organism. For example, fish and amphibians, means those organisms which are present in the water, means aquatic organisms are generally ammonotelic organisms. Next, the ureotelic organism. Those organisms which takes out or which removes the waste material in the form of uric acid are known as ureotelic organisms, such as birds and reptiles. Generally, the birds and reptiles remove the waste in the form of urea. Next, ureotelic organism. Those organisms which removes the waste in the form of uric acid substances like urine, etc., and that are known as ureotelic organisms, such as mammals. So on the basis of the excretory products, we can classify the organism into three categories. Now, the human excretory system. As in our previous classes, means in our junior classes, we have studied about the human excretory system. In the human excretory system, there are main organs such as kidney, ureters, urinary bladder, urethra, etc. Now, there are main vital organs. In that, the two bean-shaped structured muscular organs known as kidney, which act as a filter of the blood. These kidneys are being connected with the arteries and veins known as renal arteries and renal veins. Through the renal veins, the impure blood gets inside the kidneys, and in this kidney it is being filtered, and after filtration through the renal artery, the pure blood is being taken out. Now the ureter. Ureters are the tube-like structures which carry the liquid nitrogenous waste to the urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is big, broad, bag-like structure which stores the nitrogenous waste in the form of urine, and as it fills up, the cells present inside the inner wall of this urinary bladder gives the sensation, and as we get the sensation, we will go out for taking out this liquid nitrogenous waste, this urine, through the opening known as urethra. So these are the organs present in human excretory system. In the kidney have two regions, cortex and medulla regions, and in the kidneys there is a constriction through which the blood vessels and the ureter enters into it known as hilum. So these are the human excretory organs of the human excretory system. Now the ultrafiltration of blood. As the impure blood gets inside the kidneys, in the kidneys, with the help of the small structural units of the excretion known as nephrons, these nephrons is the place where the filtration of the blood takes place. As the arteries enters into the kidney, it gets converted into a very fine tubules or blood vessels known as capillaries. These capillaries forms a tuft of blood vessels known as glomerulus. This glomerulus is surrounded by a U-shaped structure known as Bowman's capsule. In this Bowman's capsule, the walls of the Bowman's capsule absorbs the liquid nitrogenous waste from the blood and it get inside there. Then as it absorbs the liquid nitrogenous waste as well as the water from the blood. Now it is being transferred into the very highly coiled tubule known as loop of Henle. In this loop of Henle, the nitrogenous waste is being transferred to the bigger unit or the collecting duct, and through this collecting duct, this nitrogenous waste is being carried out and it will transfer to the ureter, and from the ureter it goes into the urinary bladder, and from the urinary bladder it goes out through the opening called urethra. But the loop of Henle is again surrounded by the many blood capillaries. As this nitrogenous waste passes through this loop of Henle, so when it passes these blood capillaries, we again absorb the water, and only the liquid nitrogenous waste and a small amount of water is passed into the collecting duct. Here from the collecting duct it goes into the ureter. In this way the ultrafiltration of blood takes place. Basically the kidney will filters the blood. Each kidney of our body will filters the blood about up to 1000 to 1200 ml of the blood is filtered every minute by the kidney, and after this filtration the blood becomes pure and it is transferred again to the various parts of the body. In this way the liquid nitrogenous waste is removed out from our body in the form of urine. There are other modes of also removal of the wastage. For example, some of the waste from our body is being removed out in the form of sweat from our body through skin, and some of the waste is being removed by our various organs. That's present in the ears is also a waste. So in these forms the wastes are being removed out. The waste gases are also removed out from our body through the exhalation process. In this way the wastes are being removed from our body. I hope you are able to understand. Stay home, stay safe and be healthy.